So I don't even really feel like talking about this episode because I feel like I'm always here with All Stars. I'm always here with All Stars. I feel like this twist of having the queens vote off who they think they should go, I never like it because at some point they're going to screw it up. Before they were going off of who had the worst report card. Now it was switched up this episode, and I don't know. I feel like this formula always takes out the strongest queens, and it always ends up being somebody who was able to scam their way to the crown. Like, I can't look at any of these all-star queens and go, aside from the first one, and go, oh yeah, you were the best of the best to do it. And I like Alaska, but I still feel like Alaska was scheming and scamming to the very end. She still was the strongest out of that whole bunch. I just didn't like how she went about it. And I think with All Stars, this twist of having the queens do it, something is perverted in this formula where you just don't like it. You have these feelings where it just doesn't feel good to see such talented people be cheated out of a win. And I feel like I'm always here with All Stars, and I'll never say never, but I feel like this is my last All Star season. To be honest, this season wasn't really giving me anything. The views aren't where they used to be because I don't think a lot of people are really watching it like they used to. But I don't know. I have I guess I'm so depressed about this episode. I'm just gonna tell my business. I have a meeting with someone who was a part of the production about the upcoming seasons. So I'm gonna see if this is worth my time, if I'm gonna keep on doing this, because this episode has like really depleted me. So hopefully that meeting, some good stuff comes out of it. And I'm inspired to keep on going. I'm excited for season 11, but All Stars, I just feel like I'm done at this point. I don't like this formula. I do not like it. It always cheats the best queens, and I just feel some sort of way. And this show was my like joy show. You know what I mean? It's a fun show for me. I have a good time watching it, and something about All Stars just rips out my heart every season. I hate to start my reviews off like this, heartbroken, but you know, I gotta be honest with you guys. Let's get into it. First of all, this challenge, Best Judy challenge, another one where I just feel like we don't need it. I feel like the same way I felt about Jersey Justice. This is another one we don't need. And I get having Suzanne Barsh there for the Queen of Clubs, and having the queens build a club or whatever was really important to Ru because that was a part of her journey. I get it and I understand. I just feel like that challenge along with Jersey Justice and now this challenge doesn't really transfer to TV well. Like, it might be a challenge that you can do, you know, outside of television, but I just don't feel like we were able to get the same essence of what this challenge is supposed to mean. I feel like with TV, something is missing from the overall idea. You know what I mean? Like, I get why the challenges are picked. I totally understand. I just feel like they're not the best for TV. So maybe next season, if I'm watching, you can make a challenge that fits this criteria, but makes sense for television. That's always been my issue. And Best Judy, I got that Ru was doing this to really show you how, especially within the LGBTQ community, how important friends are, how friends become family, how friends take the place of family because of a lot of rejection that comes from family. So a lot of times your Best Judy is like a brother or a sister to you, like a mother or a father, somebody that really loves you through the good and the bad. And I understand. That makes a lot of sense. I get it. I just wish this wasn't a challenge where people were eliminated off of, because I don't feel like it was a fair challenge. I really, really don't. So let's talk about it. So we open up with Trinity saying that she picked Valentina. That shocked me. I wasn't ready. I was not ready, especially the way that Trinity has been crying about Valentina. For her to have picked her, I was just like, Two things. Were you thinking back to when Valentina said that she would pick you over Latrice because she's not sending somebody beloved home? Or did you know that Valentina had a bigger opportunity in Rent waiting for her? We'll never find out, but I think it has to be one of those. I think it was either Trinity was just like, you know what? You wouldn't do the same for me, so I'm not going to risk an opportunity and send home somebody who had a better report card. Or she probably knows that her friend had something great ahead of her, and she was like, girl, go after it. I'm going to release you. Maybe that was it. But I also think that she threw that lip sync so that she wouldn't have to make that decision. I don't blame her. That'd be a really hard position to be in. So I get it. I get it. I picked up on something. I was just like, not one of these queens got a black best Judy. Aside from Trinity and Manila, who had their husbands come, I was just like, oh, really? Not one of these black queens got a black best Judy? And I would have loved to seen Bob come in to be Monet's best Judy. The only thing that I could possibly think, because even Bob said that he wanted to be her best Judy. So was Bob available? And they didn't call Bob, or they didn't want to call Bob because Bob already has a crown. I don't know. Maybe the queens would have thought that it was unfair, but they are really, really good friends to the point where they call themselves siblings. They have a podcast called Sibling Rivalry. So I don't know. It would have been dope to have Bob on this episode, but I think that maybe it would have seemed unfair because they're both really great queens, and maybe Bob would have taken her to another level. I know All Stars 2, when Ru did the duet or whatever, the teams, the drag teams, that it didn't really work. I would still like to see a drag team show. I would really love to see Alyssa Edwards and Shangela go up against Monet and Bob. And I would really love to see that. Now, I know I say I'm over this show, right? But I would really watch a RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars special edition houses. The House of Edwards going up against the House of Bob or whatever. I would love to see that. All these different houses just battling it out. I would love to see something like that on All Stars. Now that would be dope. I read up and I've heard different interpretations, I'll say, of how Stonewall started. Judy Garland was a part of it, right? But I felt like Ru was embellishing her presence and the whole Stonewall. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, yes, a lot of people were mourning her passing, and that was pretty much it. I don't know. I don't want to overstep my boundaries again because I am a guest in this community. But I was just like, I think Bertha P. Washington did more than Judy Garland. I don't know. I'm just like, we are not going to give the ghost of Judy Garland this much weight. And basically the LGBT civil rights movement. Like, come on. The challenge is to make over your best Judys to where you're not supposed to look like siblings, but you're supposed to look like really good friends. I don't get it. So anyway, Ru was going around the room talking to best Judys or whatever. And we get to Latrice and her best Judy, Ashley Knight, Alexis Knight. So they're talking about how, and I keep on forgetting that Latrice was locked up. I don't know for why. I think it was a drug charge or whatever. That doesn't really matter to me. What really got me was when Latrice was talking about, because she was in prison, her items were auctioned. I guess her landlord, because she hadn't come back for 18 months, put her items in storage and didn't pay the storage, and the storage sold. It was auctioned off and it was sold, and everybody bought her stuff. And when she got out, her friend, Alexis Knight, was just like, listen, I brought you some fabric. We're going to cut this up and make some dresses so that you could get back to work. That got me, because I was just like, that's a friend. That is a friend. 20 years of friendship, and she held you down like that. That's a friend. In the words of Alyssa Edwards, honey, beast. Ooh, Alexis was rough. Alexis, you do not have the face for drag, honey. You do not have the face for drag. Aside from Trinity's husband and Alexis Knight, those to me were the roughest makeovers. You know what I mean? Trinity's husband just looked not well in that makeover. I was just like, the shoulders, she contoured her face. It was weird. She just looked, she gave me Mask. Remember Mask when that movie was shared? That's what she was giving me. I was just like, oh, this ain't working. This is Eric Stoltz. Yep. Eric Stoltz as the mask. That's what Trinity's husband was giving me in drag. And I was just like, no. And Alexis was real rough. Everybody else, I think, was pretty passing. You know what I mean? Especially, it wasn't Monet. Naomi. Was it Naomi's best Judy? Monique. Monique's best Judy. Real fish. Real fish. And Ru was obsessed with his nose. She would not lay off that nose. To the point where I was just like, huh. Although this makeover turned out okay, Monet, Patty Exchange or Patty Change, Patty Cash or whatever her name was, listen, she was painting her like she was Casper the Friendly Ghost. I was just like, your best Judy is serving casket realness, Monet. Get it together. Get it together. But I will say this, Patrick, leave the mustache on the floor. You look so much better without a mustache, baby. It just shrinks your face. Your face opened up when you did not have that mustache just taking over your little face. Now let's get to the runway. Runway. Ru's look, I actually liked it. It was very Star Trek though. I was just like, I would have wanted this for like a club kid or a space, you know, theme show. For this to be your look for best Judy, I was like, you're not giving me any Judy Garland reference. Like, it just didn't make any sense. You know, it was cute, but I was like, why are you so Star Trek-ish? Like, I just didn't understand why this look was given for this episode. But it was cute. It was something different. Something different. So since we're here, let's talk about the judges. Ellen Pompeo. She was on her way to a PTA meeting, but she took a little detour to come here and judge the show. I was like, Ellen, did you not know where you was coming? Everybody uses an opportunity when you are judging RuPaul's Drag Race, All Stars, or the regular season to really show out in fashions. And I was just like, after this, she's probably going to take a shopping trip to Pier 1 and then come home and make, you know, dinner. Because it was very pedestrian. And then Frances Bean, who was serving free people. I was just like, how do you guys not know this? How do you guys not know that you need to go all out? Do they let them know that they really want them to go all out in their fashions? Because I feel like a lot of guests get it. And then you just get one regular guest who is just like, after this, I'm going to the movies, so I don't want to do too much. Category is Best Judy. Latrice and Alexis Knight. Good night, Alexis. Good night. A hot mess. A hot mess. Latrice, why did you do that? Alexis just was a beast. Just frightening. And then she had this huge coochie gut and like these slim legs. And I'm like, why wouldn't you cinch her? Like, you have to have another cincher. Why didn't you cinch your friend? Or at least give her a flare out dress where the dress isn't magnifying the fact that she looks like she's in her third trimester. It looked a mess. It looked a hot mess. Latrice looked beautiful. Her friend, Latrice isn't a makeup artist though. This is why I don't feel like this should be a challenge where there's an elimination, because it's not fair to judge the queens on how they do makeup and hair for a person who is not a drag queen, just a regular schmegular person. Like, it's not fair. It's just not fair. And I just felt so bad for Latrice because I was like, you're going to be in the bottom. When her best Judy looked in the mirror, she was scared her damn self. She was like, oh, okay. Like, terrified. She looked like Freddy Krueger before he was set on fire. And after. Monique Hart and She Needs a Heart. I liked it. I thought it was cute. The execution was a little poor, but I loved everything about it. The rest of the outfit and the idea had me. I loved the little choreography with the eye. I thought they looked great. And I think she really lucked out with having a friend whose face was made for drag. Like, the eyes were great, the cheeks, the contour, everything was on point. So I knew she was safe with this look. I knew it wasn't a win, but I knew she was safe. If the outfits were a bit more fabulous, she would have been in the top. Manila and Manila's wife. The judges didn't like this. I didn't think that it was thrown together. I thought that it wasn't Manila's top work, but I didn't think that it was awful. I think they look cute. The hair and makeup was great. The outfit was a little bit costume, but okay. I don't know. I didn't dislike it. Naomi Small and Extra Small, I knew they were going to be in the top. Specifically when they walked out, they both looked great. I saw the Best Judy resemblance. And then when Naomi Smalls ripped that wig off and pulled the Sunny, I said, oh, here it is. That's the creativity. Because when she said she was going to do boy drag, I was like, ooh, wrong show. But then when I saw what she did with it, how she went from sheer to Sunny, great. I loved it because she fit the challenge. And then she also put a little twist and a reveal in there. I was just like, you are definitely going to be a top queen for the first time. Trinity and Trinity's Bae, I think they look great. I love the outfit. I love the hair. It's just the fact that her fiance or husband doesn't have a face for drag. And that's not an insult. You know, not everybody has it. He just looked rough, just rough. Thank God that Trinity's wig and fashion saved him. That couple would have been on the bottom if she wasn't able to execute great hair, great fashions, and great makeup. Even though her husband was serving the mask, still looked good. Monet and Patty Cash, great. I think this is what Monet needed to do to redeem herself from when she jacked up that Instagram influencer. She did a good job. No, it wasn't Instagram. It's a YouTube influencer. Tyler Oakley. No, that's glasses, ain't it? Whoever. I think she did a great job. I think she really redeemed herself. She patted her perfectly. And I thought that she made her look too light. Patty Cash is that light, or Patrick or whatever, is really that light. So I thought that she matched him perfectly. I think that maybe we probably were looking at the fact that she didn't really contour her. That would have helped, but I thought I saw the sibling, or not sibling, I saw the Best Judy resemblance. I love the padding. She did a good job. She did a really, really good job on her. Like, homegirl gave Patty body, okay? Patty was working it. So Monet and Naomi are the tops. Congratulations. I think they deserved it. They should have been there. The lip sync was to this Judy Garland Rain song, and I was just like, at first, I was just like, how are they going to lip sync to this? Because Monet was giving me nothing. But Naomi Smalls was all over that damn stage. She was all over that stage to the point where I was just like, Naomi, have you been playing us this whole time? Have you been playing a game where you are acting like you don't know what you're doing, or like playing it safe? And then when it comes down to the wire, you just pull all of this out? Because she was giving it. I've never seen her do a lip sync like that. Not even when she did the fashion and all that, where she went all the way down. I've never seen her do a lip sync like that. And I was just like, girl, if this the game you playing, bravo. Bravo. I hope it don't come back to bite you on your little behind, but bravo, girl, because you had me gagged. I was just like, who is this? This can't be Naomi. Naomi was all over that stage, guys. Nobody was looking at Monet. Even when Monet did her little umbrella glitter reveal, that did nothing. Everybody was looking at Naomi Smalls, who made a lip sync song that we all thought, let's be real, we all thought in the beginning was just like, what the hell is this? Why would you choose this, Ru? She made it work. She made a believer out of me. I thought it was a terrible lip sync song. And then I saw Naomi Smalls and I was just like, oh, this is perfect. It's a perfect song to lip sync to. She did a fabulous job. And then it got down to elimination. So Manila and Latrice are up for elimination. The Best Judys are up for elimination. And it was just really, really sad because Manila and Latrice are really close. So their partners are really, really close. And they were just all collectively as couples crying. And it was really sad. It was also very sad to see two top queens really not beg, but plead to stay in a competition that especially one of them have been doing so well in. And I think Monet wanted Manila to give her a bit more, but I don't, why should she have to grovel? You know, she explained to you why she chose you, and it had nothing to do with the fact that she didn't think that you were a fabulous queen. She just wanted her friend to stay, and she was being very honest with you. So I don't think that Monet, especially if you guys squash that beef, need to go back to, oh, I remember when you tried to get rid of me. Like, if you squashed that with her and you said that was done, why are you going back to that? You know what I mean? And why do you want her to grovel? Do you want somebody to want you to grovel? Like, I don't know. And it's not because I'm team Manila. I'm team all those queens, right? I just think that Manila had a great report card. And I don't think that she needed to be in the position to grovel. She did what she was supposed to do on this show. So why does she need to grovel? I didn't like that. I didn't like that queens expected that from her. And I also didn't like what Latrice does all the time. And it bothers me. Using the fact, oh, I've been doing this for this long. I've been in the game for this. You really know that I want. Everybody wants this. Everybody's been doing a great job. You can't keep on throwing your time or your seniority around. Like, that is the reason why people should keep you. And then saying that whole diatribe to Naomi, I kept you because you were supposed to be here. I knew you had it in you. You did not keep Naomi because you thought all those things about her. You kept Naomi because Valentina just gave up. Can we be real? Valentina was all over the place. Valentina was preoccupied with a better opportunity. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. That's why you chose her over Naomi. If Naomi did poorly, you would have kept Valentina. It is what it is. You all of a sudden are eliminating queens on a report card that you never wanted to be judged on. So this whole thing, it's your time. Look at you. I'm glad I kept you because now look at the position you're in. And all of that, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. The girl was just trying to stay, and I understand, but I felt like she was lying to Naomi. And unfortunately, Naomi ate it up because she won the lip sync and she sent home freaking Manila. How dare you? How dare you? I was just like, I'm watching Shangela all over again. How dare you send home Manila? Manila? Are you kidding me? Manila, who's been doing well this entire time. Manila, who in my opinion did not deserve to be in the bottom. She should have been safe. She should have been safe. Who was worse? I felt like I liked Trinity, but Trinity and that husband, that was a rough makeover, to be real. And I'm not just saying that because I wanted to keep Manila safe. Trinity's makeover of her husband, the fashions was great, but that husband looked rough. Rough, okay? So I felt like she should have been there, but Manila was there and it wasn't her time to go, but she went because, you know, I'm thinking Naomi thought about her chances and was just like, you know what? I think it was two things. I think Naomi really ate up Latrice saying that she kept her for a reason. That's why she saved her and, you know, really ate up that whole guilt trip that Latrice was giving her. And I think that Naomi also thought that Manila was going to be a roadblock in her getting the crown. But I'm like, honey, you have no idea what kind of roadblock she's going to be. Because if All Stars goes how it normally goes, the queens are going to come back and pick two queens to go up against each other. And I guarantee you Manila ain't picking you. Not when you took her out of the competition unlawfully. She should have stayed. Latrice came back and did poorly and was in the bottom again. This was Manila's first time being in the bottom. And you mean to tell me that that was enough for her to get eliminated? No, I didn't think it was fair. And I just felt like, once again, here's another Shangela situation that I'm in. And I was just over it. I was just like, send them home. See, this is the thing with me. The challenges, I just do not think are worthy of an elimination. When they did that all-star lip sync battle, when it was just all of them going back and forth, that to me, whoever went, it was justified. That made sense to me. Going home because I can't paint the face of another person who I'm not equipped in doing makeup like that. I only know how to do my makeup. I can't really do another person's makeup. This person's face isn't even really built for drag. They don't do it. I'm figuring out their stuff. I'm figuring out my stuff. It's just too much. It's an unfair competition. You're not basing the elimination off of their talent, because this is not lip syncing, which is what they do. This is not them beating their own face and their hair and giving fabulous garments and giving a fabulous performance. This is them being judged off of the physicality, the creativity, the bone structure, the walk of an entirely different person. It's not fair. It's not fair. And I don't know, y'all. I was disappointed. I really, really was. Anyway, I talked enough. I tried to give y'all something because I was going to give y'all nothing. And it's not because y'all did anything. It's because I was really, really pissed. And I don't like giving angry reviews. I want you guys to have a good time when you come here to watch me. But I just have to be honest with you guys. I didn't like this. I felt like I was Shangela all over again. That's what we're going to call All-Stars. You know, when they screw you over, I have been Shangela. And I feel like that's what happened to Manila, unfortunately. Anyway, that's what I thought of this episode. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. The views have not been that great for this. I think it's because the show has just not been that great. I get better reviews for the regular season than I do for All-Stars. I understand that. I understand you guys are busy and I don't necessarily post the next day because I'm booked and busy. So what I'm going to do moving forward, I'm going to probably review the finale. If it gives me something, I'll definitely do it, but I just don't want to keep on putting up reviews that you guys ain't watching. I gotta be honest. I love y'all. I really, really do. And I love talking to y'all. But if y'all not gonna share this, then mama not gonna keep on putting herself in front of this hot behind ring light and talking for an hour. Am I kidding? Probably. I'll probably be here next week because I love this show and I love y'all. Anyway, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week, possibly, for the following episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Manila was robbed. Love y'all.